Welcome back to FFB amigos. Today, a sad one. Chelsea drop 3 points at the bridge against our neighbors, Fulham, in what was a weird game in way. Chelsea did well, but we couldn't take away the points. And not to, validate what I've been saying, but that's the difference with a title winning squad. That's what I've been saying for a while, and I wanted to wait until this run, if we can pull off this run of I think it was close to 10 games until we played City, to prove that you are in a position to win the title. It doesn't mean we still can't win the title, fellas, but it does mean that it's kind of out of your hands when you don't win that kind of game. You're surrendering to circumstance, to default, to hope that Arsenal and not even Arsenal, but at least Liverpool drops all the points you need to. In any case, we started a strong 11. I think most would say that is the strongest Chelsea starting 11. And in the first 10 minutes, nothing much happened. Teams were sort of settling. I like Gusto. I think he started strong. And Sancho cut in, put in a good cross. We were starting to move, but not much. What I did notice was absolutely sorry about that noise, guys. I'm having to do a video. I'm not going to fail you. I'm not in the studio. I'm not at home, but I'm still going to make the videos for you. Definitely. Well, Fulham's got some big units, mate. They've got Diop, Iwobi, Adama Traore, among others. They're like really physical, big dudes. I heard that Everton's like the tallest team that we played last week. And now we played a very strong team, and they're very well positioned in the table. And I warned about this, and I warned about the physicality. And in my last video, if you see about Marco Silva, he's a pretty damn savvy coach, and he proved it today. In any case, minute 15 comes around, and Palmer does Palmer things, and he slips in between the lines just with a little bit of his shape and does like a good, what do you even call it, a run. His movement is good, opens up the space, and what a finish, man. Because that's a finish. He didn't like take a shot outside the box. He placed the ball, which from that distance is nuts, and it leads to an amazing goal. Minute 20, Fernandez seems to be playing well. We're recovering. Pedro's making impressive runs. Jackson and Palmer, as always, combined a couple of times. In one of them, we had a pretty good shot on target. And Chelsea was weaving some intricate plays. But I was kind of hopeful. I'm not going to lie. I think these are the kind of games that would have ended just like it ended today last year, and I thought we were past that. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, we're attacking, we're making some decent plays. It's just a matter of time until Chelsea can score the second. And yeah, I always thought we might let one slide by because it's kind of how we defend, especially with all the changes. Minute 25, I do want to mention, I think his name is Bassi from Fulham, the defender. Another one of, he's like the smaller dude, and he's still pretty tall and strong guy. And he makes a run, like a messy run, and from all the way back into in their own field, takes on a couple of players, runs down all the way in through the box, cuts in between the two defenders, and takes a shot on target, which Sanchez fortunately does a good job, and he saves. Um, then I started seeing Jackson. Two good things that I like. Jackson was doing really good hold-up play, and he won a couple of free kicks that we never took advantage of, in my opinion. He did it like in minute 30 and minute 33. I noticed it because that was kind of impressive. And one of them led to that Kukureya header, which he should have put in the back of the net. He's now a goal-scoring header player, right? So we counted on him to do that, but straight at the keeper. A couple of shots went straight at the keeper today, and that was no bueno. Um, in the first half, I'm noticing, as always, Caicedo. Many of our attacks lead from him doing an aggressive tackle or interception somewhere in or around the midfield and playing a progressive ball forward. And that's why I like when he's further up the field, actually, because when we do it further up the field, you're just one pass away from a scoring opportunity. But in any case, the guy's a monster. Even in games where the result didn't go well, I think he was probably the best player again on the pitch. Then we go into the second half, and Chelsea started strong. Jackson gets a header, which very early I think he could have done better. and Fernandez has a shot on target, so it's coming. So we're like, the goal is coming, the goal is coming, and I'm feeling it's necessary, but I'm not that worried because I wasn't concerned until Fulham made the change, because I didn't think they would attack. I think Chelsea was like remain organized and safe. Um, Pedro gets a yellow for a poor tackle on Iwobi, but I think that dude is just he's too strong, man. Like he actually felt he might with the body check him a little bit, move him, and then be able to get the ball, but he just runs into a wall, and obviously his foot is about, I don't know, 30 centimeters away from the ball, and you can't do it. Again, at minute 66, Caicedo does another starts another attack with an aggressive tackle. We play into Jackson, who beats two defenders and fails to finish. I'm surprised he was taken out, to be honest with you. I didn't see that happening. And that happens in minute 72, and Kunko comes in for Jackson. So I wonder, you know, I'd love to hear the post match and see what were the thoughts behind that for Maresca. Because I thought he was holding up well the ball. I don't know if he wanted to change it up. Ironically, at that stage of the game, Fulham wasn't in such of a tight low block. So it's not this whole excuse of he does better in tight spaces. That's what we needed once the score changed. But maybe a coincidence it played out that that's what happened just a few minutes later. But Traore, Pereira, and Jimenez go out. So pretty much, a mid and two of his attacking players that I think had done their job and worn out a lot of the Chelsea defense. And he brings in Harry Wilson, which again, off the bench, scores and ties the game 1-1. And Chelsea are complaining. I think they're complaining about uh, Pedro getting smashed into by one of these monster units that Fulham have, and they're trying to get an offside where there isn't one in. It's not getting anywhere, and by then, I am really worried because their changes are working. I don't see, and Chelsea's not looking good anymore, and I'm starting to get the vibes from last year. And it's just us Chelsea fans getting nervous sometimes. But in any case, we ended the game relatively well. Chelsea was taking the free kicks quickly. We really wanted it. We were trying to be aggressive. We were trying to be organized. And in attack, we were doing well, decently, but in transition and movement. But once they tightened the low block, sort of like we suffered with Everton, we couldn't find a way to unlock them, and we were leaving ourselves exposed all the way in the back. And then, you know, Cucurella and Sancho took, Chelsea played some quick free kicks trying to get there. Like I said, Cucurella and Sancho got shots on target but failed to score. Nothing very clean. Palmer took a shot that didn't hit the target. We were kind of getting a little bit desperate. And then there's a powerful counterattack in Muniz, another substitution from Marco Silva, which go back and watch the video, guys. I warned about him in the last video. I think he's one of the most underrated coaches. He was wanted by United before this Ruben Amorim thing, or when they were trying to get rid of Ten Hag before. And he's a pretty smart coach. And I don't think that we found a way, our coach today. I mean, he's not, I think, we were praising him a lot. Everybody was praising him as a genius. And I think he's an amazing coach, but obviously he's not perfect. And we haven't figured out. We kind of came with a predictable 11, and they did the predictable low block, but they did it like I said. That's so funny. Watch my last video. I said it shouldn't be just all the way in the back, low block, but mid and be able to shift properly to do a low block defense from a mid to a low, just as long as your mids and your can shift as a unit once the Chelsea break the middle of the pitch and counter wide. That's like absolutely Chelsea's weakness, and that's the weakness of a line of three. If you manage to break fast enough to take the mid of our box out, then I'm sorry about that noise, guys. If you're able to take them out, then uh, you're one on one with a center back. If Fofana is not there, right? He's our speedster, and they have really fast players. But in any case, I think they had a great tactic. They did really well, and Chelsea dominated the last couple of minutes, but we couldn't with that counter from Muniz. He scores, and I think it's over. His tactical decisions from Marcos Silva proved just too good. We didn't have enough time. We ran out of time. did a couple of minutes, and they walk away with, I think, almost 50 years without winning at the bridge. So it's sad. We dropped. We had all 3 points, then we dropped two, then we dropped the last one, and I think that proves why what I've been saying for a while. Chelsea is not in a title race because we haven't developed the lessons yet, the the winning ways, maintaining streaks, seeing games out. Those things take a little bit, and everybody get excited because offensively we can do really well, and we had a little run of games there where we did really well. But to win championships, you got to grind out those 1-0s. You don't lose against. Maybe you do one, but not both, right? You don't drop points against Everton and then against um, Fulham, right? So that's the kind of form that you need. Even though this Mother Premier League is being very generous this year, saying, okay, you don't need 100 points. You maybe need 90 something now, but probably just in the high 80s. Sort of people are saying it's giving Leicester winning year vibes. But even then, you need to put together a few streaks and runs and not give up those points that are expected to win. You have to win the matches that you're expected to win, and then as a baseline, and then you have to beat at least half of the top, the big teams or whoever's in contention that year, right? So you would have to beat Liverpool at one of the games, and so on and so forth. And that's what puts you in a real title race. In any case, I'm not that bothered. I'm just really sad. Our unbeaten run is gone now. Now there's no runs of any kind, no streaks. But I'm really excited. I still believe in this team. I still believe in this coach. Um, we're human. I'm happy also because Man City dropped points again. So that makes me feel good. Schadenfreude. That's not a good. That makes me a bad person, I guess. But it makes me happy. What can I say? In any case, I still believe in the team. I believe in the players and the fans. The real fans, we all still believe in you. It's just a rough patch. We'll get through it, and I think we're going to do well next game. I think we do have to see some changes. Enzo, Maresca, we need to see some changes earlier. You proved you can do that early in the season. We need to see that when something's not unlocking, not working. I think you need to make some tactical changes, if not in personnel, which I think you are open to doing both. So, and to the boys in the team, as always, we still believe in you. We love you, and come on, you Blues.